Hey everyone, Mac is back. Today I'm going to talk about the Flower Carnival event and one of the events inside there where you can actually purchase a Legion Dragon skill, which is very unusual because it does take, as previous videos that I've had, it does take quite a long time to obtain these skills. This is not a free-to-play. This is a pure Black Diamond purchase. So if you want to do that, this is gonna I'm gonna go over those skills and which ones that you could that make the most sense to be able to get. So this event is the part of the Flower Carnival and is called the Hunting Festival. Now, in the Hunting Festival, when you first log in, you get one single shot for free, which gives you get to shoot an arrow at any one of these hanging rewards that you can get here. And then this little button down here, you can press that and you can gain 9 more total from in here, and a total of 10 that you can get from arrows that you can get for basically free, because you're going to spend a few million of your your gold on there, and you're also going to spend your diamonds. It's expensive in the sense that it's 10,000 diamonds, but at the same time, to have a chance to get the dragon skill, and I've seen people get it from just getting the free ones. It has happened before. It's very rare that it happens. Most likely you're going to have to go through most of these arrows to do so, and you're talking 40 black diamonds per arrow, which is obviously super expensive for such an event. However, and if you add up the total, you're talking 360, or 3,600, I should say, black diamonds, which is $360 is what you're going to have to fork over if you don't get it on any until the last try, which I would imagine the majority of these are going to be that way. Now, you think that is a lot? The $360 is a lot of money, and for the most part it is a lot of money. However, to get a dragon skill, it is actually a lot cheaper to do it this way than it is to go through the keys and get the fragments. And the reason I say that is because you can spend, I want to say it's about $150 to $200 to get about 150 keys, and then you have to do that twice to get 300 keys. Then beyond that, you get your fragments, which are going to cost you even more than that. So you're talking $400 or $500 probably for just one of these skills. Now, the skills that they have here, if you just hover over, you can see that you have the anti-counter, the counter, the reroute, the healing, assembly, damage, survival, army attack, and then you have the health and defense. So there's a bunch of skills in there. They're not all in there. There's actually the really premium ones are not in here, but there is still some good ones in here that if you're first time want to get a skill, if you're not the first time, then some of these maybe not the best that you want to get, but it really just depends on it for the most part. So what I have done, and I did this in the past, is I took basically a screenshot of every single one of the skills that was up at that time. So the only one that's not here is the newest skill. I believe it's actually, I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it's not up here. There's one more skill, I believe the newest one that came out last month. But for this event that's going on right now, you have the reroute. You have a chance to get the reroute skill, healing, damage, survival, the attack. This says Legion building, but it's actually the Legion assembly. They just as a translation, different translation basically. And then you have both the counter and the anti-counter. So if you're new to the game, or newer to the game, I guess I should say, and you like to spend a little bit of money, the very first skill that you should get is the reroute skill. Especially if you're a solo artist, this reroute skill is very good, because you're going to be able to get up to 10% of your troops, the enemy troops, away from the battle. So you're effectively reducing the amount of troops that they can bring to the battle. and that's very, very good depending on you know, what's actually happening. So if you're being, you know, if they're attacking your castle, they're rallying you, and you're a decent size, you're going to take 10% off of a 5 million rally. You know, is quite significant. You know, for 500,000 to troops to be gone, just completely gone from the battle. So that's very, very nice skill to have. Plus you get the total attack of 12%. So that's the very first one you want to get. However, there are some caveats to that, and what I mean by that is that if they're in your alliance, and in your alliance many people have the reroute skill, it can only stack to 15%. So once more people come in with that, they doesn't really, you know, there's no more effect to it once you get to the 15%. And the same thing here with the total attack, it goes to 36%. So most people won't have, you know, most people, unless you're a big spender, you're not going to have these maxed out. You may get them to level 7 or level 8, unless you really, really push for it, which you possibly could do. But if you're just looking here, that it goes up to 36%. So I mean, 3 of these maxed, but so if you have 4 or 5 people in there, that'll be maxed out as well. So that there is a disadvantage, but for solo, if you don't have, and if people in your lines don't have it, then that's a really good skill to have. Now, if you're looking at the other skills, what you really want to look at is what, you know, the very first skill that they have. So like a defense, there's a total attack, defense. You want to look at the total attacks first and see if their other skill is actually worth getting. So the Legion damage and the army attack are the 2 that have that. So looking at this one, this is the enemy casualty rate goes up 10%. So effectively, instead of wounding troops, you get 10% more of actually killing the troops. So that really doesn't help in battle per se. It more just helps after battle. So if instead of them being able to heal those troops very quickly, they're dead instead. So if you keep continually to attack them, so but it's more of a merit thing. So if you're low on merit, or you're trying to gain merit, if you're a merit hunter, if you're trying to fight a 0 castle, this is actually good against a 0 castle, because when you attack them, instead of them, or if they attack you, instead of they getting filling up their hospital, they'll actually get dead troops. So this is actually pretty good for against a 0 castle as well. Then the other one up here is the army attack, which isn't bad either. I mean, you're talking about a reversal, so you're doing a reduction of 4.8%, which again, I said that's the level 9, it's the max level. So you're looking probably around like a 3%ish, something like that. But then you add it to all your rally troops. This is not for the solo, because you can see clearly it's for the rally troops. They can stack up to 15%. So that's actually not bad though, because you still get the total attack as well. Now looking at the other ones as well, the other skills, if you are a rally leader, then I would look at this Legion building skill, because you're getting 410%, not 10%, 410,000 rally size increase, which is very, very nice. Plus it gives you that total health too. But if you had reroute, and then you had if you already had reroute, then Legion, this one might be the better one to go to. The army attack obviously is very good too. And then you look at the other ones. I'm intrigued a little bit by the healing skill, but it really just reduces you know, how much you spend on you know, healing your troops. So it could help you out a lot if you have a lot of tier 4 that die, or I'm sorry, that are wounded, and that you know, you don't have to spend all those resources on that. But let's be real. I mean, we can always get those resources back. So not a huge fan of the healing one. The survivor one is, you know, again, it's very similar to it's the opposite of the Legion damage, where it's subtracting the 10% casualty rate. So it's basically reducing the number of troops that you have that died. So it's a total defense, which is, you know, obviously not that good, but that's actually a pretty good skill to have too. And if you had them combined, then you're talking, that's pretty nice. I don't know a ton about the anti-counter and the counter skill, about how effective it is, because I don't have it myself. But looking at the reading what it says, the anti-counter is actually the first one you would probably want to get. And the reason for that is that the anti-counter is basically it decreases the enemy's counter effect. So you're basically saying that the enemy, if you're attacking, say you're attacking a castle and he has all the troops in there, well, one of them is going to counter your front line no matter what. So whatever one that does, this is going to help decrease that. So this is another one good for a solo artist as well as the anti-counter. The counter effect, of course, is going to get total counter in rallies, and when sending reinforcements as well, is going to increase. So that is if you are able to choose the correct counter. So you're going after a Grand Castle, and maybe they're not, all 3 troop types. Maybe they're just 1 or 2. Then you might not be able to do that. So, or maybe you don't attack 3 lines. Maybe you attack a 2 line, and neither one of yours. Say you're attacking an infantry front, and you have infantry spear. Well, there's no counter there, so this skill is actually moot at that point. You're not really want that at all. So so just looking at that, like I said, the reroute, the rally size is pretty good, and then after that you kind of just want to whatever kind of suits you. I wouldn't do the healing one. The legion damage isn't bad because you get the you get the 12% attack there, total attack. So I would look more towards those total attack ones, and even and then like I said, the rally size as well. And obviously you can see these 3 up here. Just they're really good. They both get 12% attack on these. Their abilities are really good. The reinforcement skill is the best skill in the game right now by far, just because you get these phantom troops. So I really hope this helped you guys out to figure out if you're going to do this. I recommend, if you do have the money to do it, and you don't have any of these skills at all, then definitely the reroute is the kind of the way you want to go, and you can do it very quickly. And in the grand scheme of things, it's actually cheaper than trying to get the going through the process and waiting months and months and months to try to get these skills. So until next time, Mac out.